to do or live?
I mean, normally not, but then again, this is just crazy. This is our show. This is what we do. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Hey now. This would be
Sorry.
Tiffany. This is Tiffany CreaTIFF Ware. She
Thank
is
you.
a wonderful makeup artist,
Thank you.
and she actually graciously volunteered her services for Miss Blue, who drove in from Michigan, to be a part of K.A.S.S.I.E Live. And the great thing, another great thing about Tiffany is that she's a survivor.
Yes, I am.
All right, and since you're here, got something you might want to share with us, maybe just a little bit?
I would love to. Sometimes I put these down
Okay.
and I pick this up.
This has been such a great partnership. I've met so many wonderful people on the road with the K.A.S.S.I.E project. I just don't even know what to do with myself. Now, Tiffany, your piece is actually about DV, about domestic violence.
It is.
Okay.
It is called Same Hands.
Mhm.
And I was telling you earlier, I actually wrote this piece back in the 90s before I ever had my incident in domestic violence.
Now, why would you write a piece about domestic violence?
I read a newspaper article one day. I read a newspaper article one day.
Mhm.
And it was a story about a young lady who had lost her life, domestic violence, and she never had a voice. So I wanted to write this poem as her voice. So it's called Same Hands, what she wanted to say but couldn't.
Mm.
5 furious soldiers bow and take stance. Game plan, execution, to send me down south. Nothing more than a weekly reunion with my mouth. Preluding the punch, a swift, brutal breeze ushered by contempt and control that reminds me that this was never to happen again. With those same hands, I'm convinced that if you knocked those dice against that wall as hard as you did my head, or called those side bets better instead, my pride would exist. And the white man wouldn't be the never-ending blame for all of this. With those same hands, maybe if you poured your gin with juice instead of straight, or even better, your juice with no gin, I wouldn't have to watch my mouth so much or take conspiracies beat down once again. Why can't those same hands that eat my hair like hungry Haitians as you snatch me down to formally introduce me to this laughing hardwood floor be the same ones that deliver those frisky bee stings in the morning when you ask for your eggs on the sunny side up? I miss those same hands that used to love me so much, but believe me, it ain't easy to forget how bad bruises hurt when they're touched. I beg for you to write me into one of those love story scenes where passion is poured on like molasses, where the pretty brown leading lady and strong brown leading man look into each other's eyes and unthinkingly understand, where you brush my hair from my brow and you call me baby or pumpkin or sweetness. I can vaguely remember times like that, and I won't be remembering anything once my skull is cracked. Sometimes I wish I could kick my own behind. I'd yoke myself up by the collar and ram my head into some common sense. I yell into my deafened ears that I may as well be walking through a lion's den in a sirloin suit or skipping through hell in a gasoline thong if I'm waiting on your so-called love for me to intervene and end the brawls. Then out comes that side of you that makes me pull out that same old worn and tattered excuse about you only being human. Once again, I erase my self-esteem as I embrace your insecurities of my own shortcomings. Why? Because it hurts me to see you cry, and I believe you're sorry again this time. As I watch my pain embed itself so deeply, I realize how hard it is to love myself, but so easy to love the man that believes me. Thank you.
Thank you. She left
Oh,
so fast. I was about to lay some questions on her, like, why you would tell me about this part and the gasoline thong and all of that.
Powerful.
That is so deep. And she wrote that before anything ever even happened to her.
It was like, to me, when she said that, you know, God had prepared her because that reflected what, you know, what she was gonna experience. So she had something to fall back on to help heal her.
Now, that's a little scary for me. I have to admit, you know how they say when you speak things into it, you can speak things into existence? And it concerns me that maybe that piece, I won't say it led her into that situation, but, you know, she spoke it. I don't know if she's ever
I think
even
it
publicly
prepared her.
said it.
It may have prepared her.
And that's you looking at the, you know, the glass half full.
Mhm.
That's me not looking at the glass half full. You know, I was just a little, I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I think I do. Tiffany, please come back, because I got some
We
questions.
need to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
skedaddled. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Now, and I have to thank you, because I know that you are not an in front of the camera person. You've shared with me that you are a behind the scenes person. So I appreciate you sharing that with us for K.A.S.S.I.E Live. So tell me, I mean, how do you, we had a little debate, you just heard what we were saying about whether or not it empowered you or prepared you, or whether or not it was something that you think you may have spoke into existence. Tell me about how you feel about it.
You know, I don't think it's something that I spoke into existence. I had even forgot that I had written that piece. It was put away in a trunk with a bunch of other things that I've written. And I think I only had one incident, and that was enough for me.